charms in Mobile, Alabama, for the title of America's Junior Miss. From every state in the District of Columbia, they represent young America at its freshest and loveliest.
I got a good answer for that. I think that the clothing constructs of years prior to 2018 were mostly crafted around cultural constructs, crafted around the capitalist system that we're in. Here's an example. Women shave their legs, right? And men don't. Why is that? Because in World War II, when all the men left to war, the razor companies were losing money. They were run out of business. So who do we sell the razors to? There's only women in the United States right now. All the men are gone at war. Women? How about women? But where do they have hair? They don't have hair on their face. They have hair on their legs. So we gotta say, women, shave those legs. And conveniently, a new fashion trend was coming out at the time, dresses. All right?
And also with the whole like femininity and womaninity, people gravitate towards women with soft skin, and going off of your razor comments, shave your legs and make your legs smooth and soft and, very woman-like, which obviously that's a whole societal thing.
I think that they're purely cultural. If you were to say that a woman's supposed to wear this certain thing, it's only because culture made it. There's this huge argument that that's how it's naturally how it's supposed to be. How we were evolved as humans to be like, women look good with dresses.
But, it's the same thing with, like, makeup and everything. Like, how it's become, like, a societal standard for women to put makeup on their faces and, project a certain kind of look. Whereas that's not as widely accepted with men. There are some men that like to experiment with makeup, and it's not really, being 2018, it's becoming more, it's more culturally accepted nowadays, but for a while it was not so.
And no loafing around. Being on time is good manners too.
Where I went to high school, at a public high school, like there was one guy that wore makeup and high heels to school, and people like became friends with him and everything, but he would still get those like weird looks, whereas like if that were to happen here, that's more like, it's received as more normal.
And it's interesting how there is a divide of fashion between the political ideologies or religious ideology of the certain area.
And for me personally, when I was in high school, for my senior superlative, I got best dressed, and I dressed like pretty much how I do now. But there was a group of girls that went and complained to the principal because they thought that since they had been dressing up every single day since the beginning of their high school experience, and they like put makeup on their faces every day. I didn't wear any makeup throughout high school at all up until like senior year, and that wasn't like to school or anything. That was if I was like dressing up for an occasion. But I still got best dressed, and they went and complained about it because they didn't think that I deserved it because they were like with the current trends. And they thought that, looking your best was what appealed to people.
Do you think it's those like divisions that drive fashion? Do you think it's having male and female stereotypes that make fashion go higher and higher and try to be better and better? Or do you think that fashion's gonna lack from that?
Strongly agree with the latter statement. I feel that lumping fashion into gender only confines the expression in which you are allowed as your gender. So like if you are told, hey, if you are male, you can only wear these things, and if you're female, you can only wear these things, then you can't branch out to the other things that you could make work. see a lot of people, you could wear the opposite gender's clothing, and that's, you know, you can start there, and then people could be like, oh, you're wearing women's pants. But then you can make it work somehow. You can put accessories around it to make it more fit your body, but also it could just look good on your body as well. And it could look good through a cultural lens, but it could also look good through an objective lens. And I think that those are two different things when it comes to fashion as well. But when you box it in to certain people, only being allowed to wear certain things, then you're limiting everyone's experience to fashion.
There are going to be these trends that are going to keep re-emerging and evolving, and you're going to see your favorite celebrities wearing certain things. You're going to see people that you are around wearing these certain things. Maybe even parents want you to wear certain things, and I think it can be a way to express yourself, but also you want to keep things appropriate for whatever situation you're in. I would say that you should find things that you can express yourself with, and
It's good not to give a fuck.
Yeah, well, don't give a fuck about anything except for the things that are important to you. We have fashion, and we can utilize fashion to communicate certain things. We can be whoever we want, like using fashion to convey like what kind of person we want to be, what kind of person we want to project, you know, what kind of skin we want to wear.
When you're wearing something, it has implications, but don't give a fuck about those implications, because
unless you want to.
Unless you want to, and you gotta acknowledge that. But if you want to wear whatever you want to wear, regardless of the culture that you're in, without, you know, if you don't care about the implications, I say good on you, because that takes some courage. I'm getting out of here.
Bye. You're connected to.
Fuck you.